J Judo. In this music, you got truth and the lies. Which one do you tell? Wait, everybody has their opinions, but it don't really matter though. You see, I'm the artist who's standing in front of the canvas. You see the paint splatter on record. When my mic is on, I'm something similar to Picasso or Michelangelo. Kicking avalanche, etching like I'm rolling snowballs. Saying no pressure when the pressure's still on. Being colder in hell, before I let you slide on me ride.
What's good, Candy Cane gang? Gang. It's your girl, Kane. What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? How you doing? How you been? This is a part 2 to the Foot Fetish King. This is a total different state now, total different person. This story time takes place in DeKalb County, Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Decatur where is greater. None of the names used in this story time belong to any of these people. Their names are being changed to protect their privacy. Their names are being changed to protect the privacy of the trifling and not the innocent. So, I never interacted with this guy. And when I say interacted, I mean like, I never really had a real conversation with him. We never really went out any place, anything like that. This is just a random dude that every time he saw me, he just bothered me from my feet, y'all. Anybody that's from Atlanta, Georgia, that's from DeKalb County, y'all may know exactly who I'm talking about. So let's just give this guy a name, because I don't remember the name that he told me when I asked him. Let's call him Steven. One day, y'all, my parents used to live in Decatur off of Columbia Drive, and I used to shop in the Belvedere Shopping Center, I think it is, okay? It's like a Kroger over there. It's a Dollar Tree. It's like a shoe store. It's a nail salon. It's different things in this shopping area. So whenever I was in Decatur, I would get my nails done at that nail salon in that shopping area. So one day as I'm going to this nail salon, instead of driving, I'm on foot. I walk to this nail salon. And in the process of walking there, I sees this guy. He's coming out of the little fish fries restaurant that's sitting there. He comes out of there. He comes walking up. And I'm going inside. I just went inside. So as I go inside, he's on the outside of the nail salon. And he's looking in like. So I'm like, I'm just like, maybe he's got somebody inside this nail salon that he's looking for, or maybe he's looking for somebody. I don't know, y'all. I didn't really think too hard into it, because there's a lot of women inside of here. Maybe he's looking for somebody, okay? So later on this day, I happens to come back out to go to Dollar Tree with my father, with Daddy Kane. So we are inside of this Dollar Tree, y'all, and I sees this guy in the Dollar Tree. Now, every aisle that we went to, this guy was going aisle to fucking aisle, the aisle that we were in. So I'm just looking at him, like I'm noticing. I had to watch it first and see, because like I said, I don't want to think too deep into it and then I end up getting somebody beat up for nothing. So I'm just watching, like, okay, let me see if he follows us into this aisle. Let me see. So when we go into the cookie aisle where there's like cookies and snacks, he comes into that aisle from the last aisle. Now, when he was coming into these aisles, because y'all probably like, oh, what's wrong with him going into the same aisle? When he comes into these aisles, y'all, he would just come and literally stand on some Michael Myers. He would come into the aisle, he would stand to the back like, size me up and walk out. So when we get to the next aisle, which is like paper towels, paper plates, toilet paper, and stuff like that, I say to Daddy Kane, is it me or this guy's following us? Now, my father, when me and my father go shopping, my father be picking up stuff, like looking at it. What's this? You think Mama King can use this? Or you think I should get this? Like, we just literally in this store vibing. Like, we would be in Dollar Tree for an hour, y'all. My father's not paying attention to this dude, or at least I thought he wasn't. So I say to my father, do you see this guy? Like, this guy is following us from aisle to aisle. We was in, the candy aisle, the aisle with the lotions and all that. This guy been following us. So Daddy Kane is like,
what guy? What you talking about?
So I'm like, the dude that was just standing right there.
Oh, that motherfucker, I seen him. I seen his ass.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just making sure because it just seems like he's following us. So my father didn't think too deep into it too, but he was watching. He did see the guy coming from aisle to aisle. So he's like,
Well, maybe he just, he coming in the hour like he looking at shit or whatever. I don't know what the fuck he doing, but I tell you one motherfucking thing. The store is getting kind of crowded, so, we're gonna get the rest of the shit we need. We're gonna go ahead and get it out of here because I don't like when the store get crowded.
so I'm like, yeah, me neither. So I say to him, I'm gonna go over there and get the dish detergent and whatever else was on the list that my mother had wrote while he's in the aisle getting that stuff. So he's like,
All right, yeah, go ahead, hurry up.
I goes to the back aisle where the dish detergent and the Brillo pads, where all this stuff is at. This guy comes around from the back side of the aisle. He's like,
Hey, how you doing?
so I'm like, hey, how are you? So he's like,
Can I ask you a question?
I'm like, no, sorry, I don't have time. And I grabs the stuff off the shelf that I needed and automatically spent off out the aisle, y'all. So when I go to the other aisle so I can grab some aluminum foil, he comes to that aisle too. He's like,
It didn't even really take that long. I just want to ask you one quick question.
so I'm like, sorry, can't answer anything. Grabs the aluminum foil and I leaves. So when I get to the front of the store, my father's on the line and my father is like,
It took you long enough.
so I'm like, yeah, that dude is in the back of the store. Like, he said he wanted to ask me a question. So my father was like,
Ask you what?
I'm like, I don't know. I didn't engage. So we leave the store, y'all. So let's go ahead and fast forward. We leaves the store, the Dollar Tree, and we goes back home. We goes back to their house. Now, I'm telling my mother, I'm like, Ma, it was this guy in the store, like he was following us from aisle to aisle. And then when I went and went off by myself, he came into the aisle talking about he wanted to ask me a question. So my mother was like,
what guy? Like, who? Does he work there?
so I'm just describing this guy to her. And my brother Leek, at the time, he worked at the Kroger that was in the shopping center. So my brother is like,
That guy kind of sounds like this guy that be coming in our store. Like a lot of homeless people that be coming in that store.
so my mother is like,
Like, so he's homeless.
my brother is like,
I don't know. I'm not saying he's homeless. I'm just saying it's a lot of different people that come into the store. But he sounds familiar from the way she's describing him.
so my father, Daddy King, is like,
Well, if you happen to see him when you go to that fucking job tomorrow, you better tell him that he better leave my motherfucking daughter alone. All of my fucking daughters. Matter of fact, all my fucking kids. He better leave all of y'all alone. Because I'm telling you, I'm not the fucking one.
so my brother Leek starts laughing and was like,
All right, killer, calm down. Calm down.
so y'all, a few days later, me and my brother Ra is at the Kroger's. We would have some weekends where we would each child would cook, or we would have like cook-offs. So this weekend it was me and my brother. Me and my brother was gonna do some cooking on this Saturday for everybody in the house. It's our weekend to cook. We would have cook-offs and different things like that. Okay, so my brother is like,
Let's go to Kroger and let's get some ingredients.
because my brother wanted to make seafood salad. Quick commercial break. Y'all, my brother can really throw down in the motherfucking kitchen, okay? This man makes some seafood lasagna that's out of this motherfucking world, okay? I'm talking about nice, tasty lasagna noodles, some good ass crab meat, clumped crab meat, seasoned well with some cheese, like ricotta cheese, and then he be putting spinach in it. Yo, this is mad good, y'all, okay? Mad good. I'm gonna see if I can get him to make it so I can show y'all how it looks. All right, back to the story time. So we drives to the Kroger. We gets to the Kroger, we goes inside, and we just in there shopping around. So I tell my brother I'm gonna go to the produce section and get everything that we need, onions, potatoes, whatever, from over there, and you go ahead and get the other stuff. I feel like this is very quick when you shopping with somebody. Somebody go over here and get something. Somebody go over there and get some. Come together at the register. Bam. Shopping trip complete. So my brother is like,
All right, that's a good idea. Go ahead, go.
So he goes off to the aisles where he's getting the stuff on the list, and I go to the produce section to get all the items that was needed. Okay, so as I'm in this area, I'm picking up onions, I'm getting tomatoes, I'm getting cucumbers, different things, lettuce. I see this man again, Steven, the Steven guy. I see him again. So he's standing where like the bananas and like the fruit and shit is at. So he sees me, see him, and he comes walking over. He's got on a black t-shirt, he's got on a gray skull cap, he's got on blue jeans, and he's got on the high top black Air Force. He comes walking over, he's like,
Hey, hey, remember me?
so I'm like, I didn't say anything. I'm just putting my stuff, putting the onions in the little bags that, come in the store. So he's like,
Yeah, I was seeing if you had time to answer my question.
so I'm like, what's the question? Like, what is it? He's like,
Do you have a husband?
I'm like, yes, I do. And I walks off. So I goes to the organic aisle, which is still in the produce area. If y'all know about this Kroger, and y'all know the store as I'm describing it. I goes to the organic aisle where there's like organic sitting at, like for vegans and vegetarians. I go to this aisle. I'm getting some rosemary and things like that. He comes over. Now, y'all, at this time, my brother he wasn't a big marijuana smoker, okay? So he kind of was TTG. Now these days, it takes a lot to get my brother to jump off the edge, okay? I'm just like, damn, I don't want to go and tell my brother, like, this dude is bothering me, because then my brother's going to come right over here and just put his hands on this guy. He's not going to ask any questions or anything like that. So I'm in the store with the wrong brother. This is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm gonna just try to get this guy away from me and go about my business. So I am inside this organic aisle. This guy comes behind me. He's like,
I have another question. I have a few more questions, actually.
so I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's the questions? He's like,
First, I'm going to give you a compliment. I like your sneakers.
so y'all, I had on these suede purple Pumas, okay? Those are my favorite sneakers, and I had them in red too. So I had those on, and I'm like, thank you. So I grab the rosemary, the stuff I need, and I'm trying to leave out the aisle. The guy is like,
Are you here with your husband?
so once I come out of this aisle, once I bent the corner, y'all, my brother is coming with the shopping cart. Like, I ran into the cart. So the guy comes behind me, and him and my brother lock eyes. My brother and him is like, so the guy is like,
Hey.
my brother was like,
You good?
he's like,
Yeah. I was just trying to get around y'all.
so my brother is like,
You got all this space in the world. Go.
so the guy, Steven, he goes around my brother, and my brother is like, my brother is like,
The fuck is that? You know him?
I'm like, no, I don't know him. He was just trying to get around. Because like I said, y'all, I didn't want to tell my brother, because my brother would have followed this guy and would have been like, why the fuck are you bothering my sister? So we goes to the register and we paying for our stuff. We had the self-checkout. Steven comes to the self-checkout too, and he's at a different register. So I happened to just look over, and he's like, looking down at my feet, y'all. So me and my brother leave the Kroger and we get in a car, and that's when I tell my brother, I'm like, yo, like that dude, dude that was trying to get around us, like he's got problems. So my brother Rise, like,
What you mean?
I'm like, he, every time I see him, this is like my maybe second or third time seeing this dude. This is the second time though he said something to me. So my brother was like,
I just asked you if you knew.
and I'm like, I don't know him. So my brother's
Like, so what the fuck did he say to you?
I made sure I was driving far away from the store. I'm like, yeah, he's asking me if I had a husband, and then he's like, he has some questions he wanted to ask me. So, y'all, a couple of months goes by, okay? So let me go ahead and fast forward. It's now fully summertime. I'm in my new apartment. I had been going to Decatur a lot more because Judo lived in Decatur. He's from Decatur. And he had lived a block over from my mother, like a block behind. So I had been, going over there to hang out with him. He's been coming to Clayton. This is before he moved in, y'all. So while I'm over there, I happen to be still going to this nail salon. So I'm like, let me go and get my nails done. This is what I'm telling Judo, because Judo was like, I'm going to the studio. I'm like, all right, well, while you at the studio, I'm gonna go get my nails done, get my toes done, and then I'll link back with you when you're done. He's like, all right, cool. So that's what I did. I drove up to this nail salon and I sees this guy again. So this time I just goes into the nail salon. I get my nails and my toes done. But I'm watching this window. I don't see him. He's not looking in the nail salon this time. So I'm like, oh, maybe that whole interaction with my brother kind of scared him. So he don't want to interact with me no more. Maybe this is what I'm thinking. I was wrong. When I was done at this nail salon, y'all, I goes to the gas station, to the Chevron, so I can stop and get me some gas and I can get me some Atlanta's Best. Another quick commercial break. If you ever in Atlanta, make sure you stop at that motherfucking restaurant because they got some good ass food, okay? I'm talking about good. The wings, the whiting fish, the yellow rice, the fries, oh my God. Whew. All right. Back to the story. So I parks my car at the pump. I goes in the store, gets me some gas. I come back out. I'm pumping the gas in my car. I spots Steven. He's walking across the parking lot. He's coming across and he's coming fast too. So I'm just like, let me hurry up. Once I was done pumping the gas, I goes into Atlanta's Best, goes in there and orders my food. So I'm like, I hope he didn't see me go in the restaurant. Maybe he thinks I'm in a store. Like, it's not really far. It's not really nowhere I can hide inside this restaurant. So I goes into the bathroom. After I order my food, I go straight into the bathroom. So I'm just in this bathroom. Now, no, I wasn't scared of him because I had Sister Sylvia with me in my purse. So I wasn't afraid, okay? I was just afraid of the situation and how things can go left. So once I come out the bathroom after standing there for a couple of minutes, I comes out the bathroom and I sits down. This guy walks into the restaurant. He walks in, he looks straight at me. His eyes go to my feet. And he goes and orders him some french fries, okay? And he takes out his money and pays. So I'm like, okay, this guy's not homeless. He's not homeless. He never looked dirty, okay? It wasn't giving drug addict. It wasn't giving anything. It was just giving a little unstable. So the girl says my number.
962.
Whatever. You know how the number's on the receipt. I gets up and I goes and I get my food after she bagged it up. Now Steven, the foot guy, he's still standing there. He's standing against the wall. So as I'm leaving out, he comes right behind me.
Miss, excuse me.
So I just spent around real quick. I'm like, what? He's like,
do you remember me?
I'm like, yeah, I remember you. What the hell do you want? What's up? He's like,
I just wanted to ask you a question.
I'm like, what? What's the question? He's like, this is exactly how it looked, y'all. He's like,
You think your husband would mind if you had like a personal foot doctor?
I'm like, a personal foot doctor? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, he would mind. He's like,
Okay. I just wanted to know that. I like your sneakers.
I'm like, thank you. I walks off, y'all. As I'm walking to the car, I press the remote and starts the car. I'm like, I'm not even getting in and start. I just starts it. Now, I gets in and I'm like, damn, like this is literally the same from The Bryce motherfucker. Like, Bryce really came to my head. Like, this, are they related? Like, what's going on here? Like, is it spirits jumping from body to body? Like, what is going on here? So, I'm driving off slowly out this parking lot and I'm just looking at him. He's still standing there. He's looking at me. So, I'm just driving like, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this story. So, y'all, my mom and my father lived in this house that was off of Columbia Drive. They had a very big lawn, okay? I mean, a big ass lawn. It went all the way around the block, okay? And then their driveway was off the side. So one day my father, my father's into landscaping. So he's like, let's rake the grass up. Let's get these old leaves and pecans, because they had two pecan trees in their lawn, and the pecans would just be all over the grass. Let's just rake all this up. Like, do y'all want to help me? So me and my brothers is like, yeah, we'll help. So we grabbed some trash bags. We got the rakes. We just out there. We out there in the sun doing the lawn, okay? So we can get this grass to grow, put some flowers or whatever. So as we are working on this lawn, Steven, the foot guy, comes walking up and he instantly stops right at the mailbox, and he's like, so my daddy Kane is like,
The fuck is that?
because like I said, this lawn was really, really big. The front lawn was huge. So my father's like,
Who the fuck is that?
so my brother Prez, he's like,
I don't know who that is. Yo, Rye, you know who that is?
so my brother Rye is like,
Nah, I don't know who that is. What about you, Kane?
I'm like, I didn't say anything. So Daddy Kane is like,
You know who that is?
I'm like, I don't know the person, but they look like somebody that I've seen before. This is exactly what I said. So my father is like,
Well, who is it?
I'm like, it's that guy that I was talking about that was at the Dollar Tree. My father is like,
At the Dollar Tree. The motherfucker that you said was following us?
I'm like, yeah, that's who it looks like. I'm not saying it's him, that's who it looks like. But it was him, y'all. I didn't want to get this man beat up, so I'm acting like I don't know. So my brother Ra is like,
Yeah, that looked like the wigger that was at the Kroger. That's who that looked like.
so my brother starts walking, and the guy starts walking like he just spins off really quick. Okay, so they all standing at the top of this lawn, and they just looking at the block. They talking and stuff. I'm just still raking. So my brother come walking over, and
It was like, I can't even tell if that was him, but it kind of looked like him. So, I don't know what the fuck he got going on, but he better chill the fuck out.
so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So we just raking his grass, y'all. Daddy came, and my two brothers, they
Like, we gonna go inside and get some more bags. You good, Ray?
yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm just picking the pecans up, putting them in the bag, y'all. Steven, the foot guy, comes back. He comes back, and he's like, hey, he's standing by the tree, like he's trying to stay out of sight. He's like,
Hey, hey.
so I'm like, are you crazy? Like, seriously, like something's wrong with you? He's like,
No. I just wanted to talk to you really quick, but I don't want to get anybody upset because they look upset.
so I'm like, yeah, because you look like a creep right now. Like, you standing there, you watching us, like, and then they remember you from the stores. So what is the problem? He comes walking up onto the lawn. Like, he just comes walking up a little bit, and he's like,
I am a licensed foot doctor, and I just wanted to know if you needed some foot services. Like, I create my own socks, and I create my own lotions and things like that. I just wanted to know, if you had any corns or bunions on your feet, if you need any foot massage, like your feet they just so small and pretty inside those purple sneakers. Like yeah.
I'm just like, and this was the day when I asked him, like, what is your name? I don't remember the name, y'all. So I'm like, what is your name? So he told me his name, But for here, it's Steven. So he's like,
My name is Steven.
I'm like, listen, Steven, you really got to be careful out here, okay? You can't be walking up to women or walking up to women's houses asking questions like this because you're going to alert the men that's around in their life and it's going to get ugly, okay? Or the women, because women be holding too. He's like, no.
I don't want any problems. Like, I was just trying to, get my clientele up. I live around the corner, and in my den, that's where, I do my personal foot doctor business at, if you wanted to stop by.
So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
He's like, what about, some socks? I have some socks that would look really, really good on your feet.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. Just have a nice day, Steven. I'm good. He's like,
are you sure? And I seen you the other day. You had those on in red, like, but the purple ones are my favorite.
So I'm like, listen, have a nice day. So as I say that, I'm walking away. Daddy Kane comes walking outside. And he's got, y'all already know, his little famous cigarette. He's got the cigarette. And he's like,
that motherfucker done came back, didn't he?
So he comes walking over. The guy is like,
I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems.
So he like instantly runs, like starts running and runs off. So my father was like,
what the fuck is he talking about? What's he talking about?
So I'm like, he said something about he was a foot doctor, like a personal foot doctor or something. And he wanted to make me some socks. He can get rid of bunions and corns. So my brother, Prez, is like,
oh, you better call him back then so you can get your feet worked up.
So I'm like, boy, I don't have no bunions and corns. So they started making jokes about the situation, okay? That's how my family is. They make, we laugh at our pain, y'all. So they making jokes about it. So my father is like,
he gonna mess around. I'm gonna call judo. I'm gonna call judo over here. That's what I'm gonna do. And he gonna get his ass kicked. So he better stay the fuck away from here, walking up on my motherfucking lawn.
So a couple of days go by, y'all. Let's go ahead and fast forward again. Some days have went by, and I had not seen Steve, the foot doctor, anymore. I didn't see him anymore. So I'm guessing they scared him away, completely away. Even when I would go to the shopping center, I wasn't seeing him. So one particular night, me and Judo is walking, coming from the Domino's Pizza. We had walked there to pick up some pizza, and we coming back. It's nighttime. It's probably like 9 o'clock at night. We was at his mother's house, like just vibing, okay? We was at the mother's house, and we went to get some pizza. So as we are walking, y'all, there's this guy on his bike. Now, this guy on the bike is riding really slow, like behind us, but trying to not go past us. So Judo kept turning around. He's like, so I'm like, what's wrong? So I turn around and I see the guy on the bike. I'm like, you know him? So Judo was like,
I don't know who the fuck that is. Can't see his face, but I'm noticing he riding that bike real fucking slow behind us. Like, I'm telling you, I don't want to have to fuck nobody up out here.
So I'm like, he might live over here, because Judo knew everybody in this neighborhood. I mean, everybody. So Judo was like,
I'm gonna let him go so I can see if I could see his face.
The guy would not. Whenever we stopped, he would stop on the bike. He would act like he's looking at his phone, looking at his watch, or he got off the bike, started like he's looking at the chain on the bike. Literally, y'all. So once we got to Judo's mother's house and we turned to go into the driveway, the guy is like riding by on the bike. He goes,
hello, have a nice night.
I instantly recognized the voice. I'm like, this is Steve, the foot guy. So Judo was like,
hey, come here real quick.
So the guy's like,
I have to go. I have to cook my mother some chicken.
This is no cap, y'all. So he goes speeding down the street. Like he really put the pedal to the metal right after that. So Judo runs off the driveway, just runs to the street. And he's looking, he's like,
I feel like I know who the fuck that is. Like, That's some weird. You don't think that's weird?
I'm like, yeah, it is weird. It's just very, very weird. So we goes in the house, y'all. The whole time eating the pizza in my head, I'm just like, that was the foot guy. So I just ends up telling Judo. I'm telling him the whole entire experience about the guy with the socks, the coming on my mother's lawn, the Dollar Tree, the Kroger, the nail salon, looking in the window. Like, I'm just telling him everything. So Judo was
Like that sound. I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't want to. So I don't want to say nothing to him because I need a face. Like I need a face.
same thing that my brother Leek was saying. So y'all, me and Judo is at the Kroger one day, okay? The same Kroger. We grabbing a few snacks or whatever so we could have to eat at my mother's house. Because now we're at my mother's house. Steven, the foot guy, comes into the Kroger. Now, this Kroger had a nail salon in there too, okay? And I used to get my nails done in there too. They was really good with nails and toes. When we are at the register one and we, paying for our stuff, I happen to turn around and I see Steven, the foot guy, standing at the doorway, like the doorway of the nail salon, like he's looking in there. So the Chinese lady comes to the door and she's talking to him, like, and then she's like,
Go, 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 right now, go.
so everybody's looking. So Judo turned around. Judo was like,
Ain't that the motherfucker that was on the bike?
I'm like, I don't know.
He's like, yeah, that's him because he had the same shit on.
He grabs the bags, y'all. I'm going over there. I'm like, Judo. I'm calling him by his real name though. Judo. So he's like,
Yo, you got a bike?
the guy's like,
Oh, yeah, it's outside.
so he's like,
Let me ask you a question.
so I'm like, Judo, let's go. So Steven, the foot doctor, is like,
Hi, remember me?
so Judo was like,
That's what I wanted to ask you. Listen, it seems like something is really off with you. You really gotta be. You gotta chill, man. You really gotta chill.
so Steven, the foot guy, he's like,
What did I do? What did I do?
so Judo was like,
You see her? Leave her alone. Don't bother her. Don't ask her shit about no fucking feet, about no fucking socks, none of that shit. You hear what I'm saying to you?
so he's like,
Oh, you must be her husband.
so Judo was like,
Yeah. Stay the fuck away from her and leave her the fuck alone. I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna spare you right now because it looks like something's really off with you, but leave her the fuck alone.
so Steven, the foot guy, was like,
Okay, I'll just find somebody that can fit her socks.
so he says this as we're walking out. So Judo turned around and was
Like what? So what?
he's like,
Like, oh, nothing.
so Judo was just looking at him like, and he looks at me. So when we leave the store, Judo was like,
What the fuck is he talking about? Fit your socks. What's he talking about?
so I'm like, exactly what I told you. He said that he makes custom socks and he was gonna make some socks for my feet. So Judo was like,
So he never seen your feet, nothing.
I'm like, no, like I don't know what he's talking about. So y'all, this the last time we're gonna fast forward. Now it's like going towards wintertime now because we got little like jacket windbreakers on. Okay, my sister was working at the Dollar General that's in this shopping area. This is Dollar General. This is CSL Plasma. My sister was working at this Dollar General, and I was watching her kids. I was babysitting her kids for her one night. Okay, so my sister sends a text and was like, "I'm on my way. You can go ahead and leave." Because the kid's father had came to the house, so the kids was safe and secure. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get my bag and I leave. I text Judo, I'm leaving the house because Judo was at the studio in the area. So now everybody's doing a link up. So Judo was like, meet me at the corner. I'm coming up. Still off Columbia. I'm like, all right, cool. So I walks out this house and walking up the block. I meets him on the corner, and my sister sees us because her house was walking distance of the Dollar General. She comes walking across the street. She's like,
Hey y'all, what's up?
so we all give each other a hug. She's like,
Like the kids thinking they didn't drive you crazy too much.
I'm like, nah, like my nephew, he's asleep, and my nieces, they still woke. This is what I'm telling her. She's like, all right, cool. So she's like, yeah.
Something weird happened today. Like it's been going on for a few days, but today was the weirdest. This guy coming in my store, his name is Steven.
As soon as she said Steven, I caught goosebumps, y'all. I'm like, Steven. She's like,
Yeah. He said like he's a foot doctor, and he can like remove bunions and corns and stuff off your feet. He does foot massages. He's licensed, and he also designs socks, like just socks to help your feet to keep from them getting crusty and like that.
so Judo looks at her and he turns and looks at me like, so my sister is like, she's looking at our face. She like,
Y'all good?
I'm like, yeah. How long has this guy been coming into the store? She's like,
Maybe like 2 weeks now, or maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, he's been coming into the store saying that he can create these socks for me.
so Judo was like,
Listen, stay away from that guy. That guy's foolish.
so my sister's like,
Y'all know him?
so I'm like, yes, I had an encounter with him. Like, it's something really wrong with him. I don't think you should trust that. So my sister's like,
Yeah, because he said he had a clinic in up the block, and I'm just trying to see where this clinic is because there's none but houses over there.
so y'all, a couple of days after this, my sister calls my phone and was like,
Can you stop by the house today?
I'm like, yeah. So when I get back to Decatur to her house, she has this bag. She has this gray plastic bag from Dollar Tree, okay? And it was like packed with and tied with a little knot at the top. So she's like,
This dude, Steven, he came to my job today with this bag.
so I'm like, what's in the bag? So my brother Leek was there at her house. My brother Leek is sitting there eating a Pop-Tart and cracking up. Like he's just laughing. So my sister turned around and looks at him. She's like,
This is not a laughing situation, Leek.
this is serious. So I'm like, what's in the bag? So she opens the bag up and there's like a bunch of socks. Now, all these socks, y'all, came from Dollar Tree, okay? It was a bunch of socks, a bunch of lotions, baby oil, foot pumice, rock, okay? It was different shit in this bag. So my mother and my father got to the house. My sister called everybody. My mother and father came to the house. My father came to actually fix something for my sister, but he had everything dumped out on the table. So my father was like,
This come from the same motherfucker that was walking up on the lawn that day?
so I'm like, yeah. So my sister's like,
Yeah, like, and he keeps coming to my job.
so my brother was like,
You done fucked up taking that shit from him. Now he gonna keep coming back to the store.
and he starts laughing again. So my father's like,
Like, that shit ain't funny. He gonna fuck around, I'm gonna whoop his ass. That's what's gonna happen. You know what? I done told him to stay the fuck away. Like, he don't listen. I see he got a problem with hearing.
so y'all, my sister was so afraid. Like my mother grabbed everything, put everything into a trash bag, and she took it to the dumpster. So my father is like,
Now, why you throwing that shit away? Mama King, why you throwing that shit away? She know damn well she need them socks. She can use them socks. And she can use that damn lotion. Matter of fact, you can use it too. Because your feet was looking a little ashy this morning.
so we was all cracking up, y'all. Like my mother was like,
I know because, it say Dollar Tree. Kane saying she's seen the socks at Dollar Tree. I don't know. We don't know where he got this stuff from. We don't know if anything's injected into the lotion.
like motherfuckers is crazy. So my sister was like,
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just scary. Like, and then he keeps coming to the job.
so y'all, I told my sister, if I happen to be in Decatur with judo or anything, if he comes into the store, just call me. She did just that. So when we get to the store, we just walk in and we just act like regular customers or whatever. This guy he's leaning on the register. He's like, yeah.
So, what did you think about the custom socks? Like, how did they feel in your feet?
So my sister was like,
Oh, I didn't get a chance to try them on yet.
so the other cashier, which is a guy, he's cracking up. He's like,
Yo, you really need to cut that shit out, man. You know damn well you ain't make them motherfucking socks. I seen them shit at Dollar Tree because my daughter got a pair.
so the guy, Steven, is like,
Like, no. Like, I created those and I sold the design to Dollar Tree.
so Judo was like,
Like, yeah, something wrong with this motherfucker.
so Judo walks over there and he leans on the register and like looks at Steven, and Steven is
Like, oh, it's you. The husband. It's you. The husband.
so Judo was like,
Like, yeah, this is my sister. Oh, so you're a brother.
yo. So my sister's like,
Yeah, this is my brother.
and she's just looking. So Steven, the foot doctor, he runs out of the store, y'all. And that was it. We have not seen Steven, the foot doctor, anymore after that encounter. So, it was just, it was very weird, y'all. That was very, very weird. My father made fun of us, me and my sister, for a while behind this whole foot thing. And I told Judo last night, I'm gonna do this story time. Like, he's the second foot offender. And Judo started cracking up, like, yeah, I remember that motherfucker. I remember him. But I just want to say, wherever Steven, the foot doctor, is, if anybody knows him, I don't know his real name, but if y'all know who I'm talking about, I hope he's gotten some help. I hope he's okay. I hope he's better, because it definitely was something off with him, okay, mentally. But that's my story time, y'all. That's my story time about, the foot fetish king part 2. Yeah, so if you like this story time, give this video a thumbs up and leave some comments. All right. If you didn't like this story time, give this video a thumbs up and leave some comments. Learn how to scroll off of that you don't like. Okay, it's very easy. Scroll off. So with that being said, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share. Make sure you like. Make sure you with me, because I'm up with all of y'all, okay? And like I said, I'm dropping these videos back to back to back to back to back to motherfucking back. So wherever you at in this crazy ass world, because this world is crazy. It's crazy, I'm telling you. Ain't nothing changed but the time and the calendar. Look to the motherfucker to the left of you and look to the motherfucker to the right to you. Look to the motherfucker in front of you if somebody's in front of you and tell them, yo, don't forget. They're going to be like, don't forget what? Don't forget to tell a friend. Tell a friend what? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another motherfucking friend that the cane is on the fucking tube. I love y'all. Peace.
Kicking avalanche at you like I'm rolling snowballs. Saying no pressure when the pressure's still on. It be a cold day in hell for I let you slide on me, ride on me. Now that ain't what's up. It be a cold day in hell for you ever see me weak or seem like I'm down on my luck. I said it be a cold